this year, I received a challenge. I was asked to develop a human capital development project in Armenia, and the government wants it by the end of the year. Well, how do I do that? First, what is human capital development? In summary, human capital development is making sure that every child born today is able to reach his or her full potential by the time that he grows up. This particular problem is important for Armenia to solve because Armenia is one of the few countries in the world that is aging very, very rapidly. And in fact, last year, its population growth is negative. So it means every child that will be born in Armenia have to reach his or her full potential. Why is that important? Because if a child is able to fully maximize his life, he's able to contribute to the society more. And that means he will be able to take care of the elderly in the country. So that's the main gist. As most of you project leaders here will know, nothing pretty much moves in the country unless the project leader is there. So as I was going through my mission schedule, I realized it will probably take me around a month, realistically, in Yerevan to set this up and make sure that we get this done by the end of the year. The problem is, I have a really young daughter, and being away from her for a month is kind of not a good situation. So as I was talking to my husband, he came up with a brilliant idea. He said, why don't you bring her with you? And bring your mom to take care of her, and bring your sister to take care of your mom. He gets an empty house, and all of us girls go off into an epic adventure. Everybody happy. So as we jet off to Armenia, one day I was watching my daughter play. And suddenly, it was like a light bulb moment. I realized that all these years, this past 5 years, I've been having my mini human capital development project through raising my daughter. And why is that so? When I found out that I was pregnant, I had to make sure that I will be able to access the best quality healthcare there is. I wanted a clinic and a hospital with the best facilities, the best doctors, well-trained doctors, with seamless coordination between the clinic and the hospital. That's just what I wanted. When she was born, my husband and I had this Excel spreadsheet on trying to find the best preschool there ever is. Of course, it has to be near our house. It has to have the best curriculum because preschool apparently is one of the highest returns on investments when you will invest on your child. And of course, it's not enough that I give birth to her, that we educate her. We have to make sure that she survives. And so every time we are in a car, I make sure that she has her seatbelt on, and then she has her car seat well placed. I also make sure that she's away from pollutants and tobacco smoke, for example, so that she doesn't get sick from respiratory infection. These light bulb moments led us to a project with very nice component. We had the amendments in the Armenia health provision law. It hasn't been amended for the past 20 years and introduced ways to make the quality of healthcare better. We also made some headway into introducing a preschool law, which will allow for access to good preschools around rural areas in Armenia. We made the government exercise its role as a steward by making sure that the car seats are in place and also there's no smoking in public. And so, as I was reflecting back, I realized just as it takes a village, my mom, my sister, everyone, my husband to raise my daughter, it actually takes a whole lot of ADB to develop human capital development project. I could have designed this as a health sector project, which would be awesome. But then making it a combination of everything has a much bigger impact. I am working in ADB because I do believe we make a difference in people's lives, and I'm sure most of you do too. And so I encourage you, my colleagues, in education, energy, water and sanitation, public finance, whatever sector you are, to come work with me as we develop human capital. Let us make a change in the future of the next generation.